I have crossed the starting line for week 6. This is week 6, run 1, done and in the books. This is going to be another compressed week of running. I'm going to be in a different city this weekend for a soccer tournament that my daughter's playing in, so no chance to run on the weekends. So I'm going to do my long run on Friday for the week, and that long run is 10 miles. So what I've decided to do for the running schedule is take all the other runs and run them from longest to shortest. This first run was a 45-minute recovery run. I made it just a little under 4.5 miles, so it was a good run. My legs are still a little bit tired from yesterday. I was having a cramp in the lower part of my right leg, so I tried to take this one a little easy and made it through. My legs feel fine now. I feel like this week is the week where the distances and amount of running is really starting to pick up. The shortest run this week is 30 minutes. And I remember back in July or August, whenever I started training again, the longest run in that first training program, I believe, was 30 minutes. So to go from a long run being 30 minutes to now the shortest run of this week is 30 minutes is quite a change. This goes back to what I talked about in a previous week, where you have to find as many ways to celebrate as you can. And I'm celebrating the fact that at this point, 30 minutes is a short run for me. Another thing to mention is I know those miles and minutes are stacking up, that it's more and more running. And that's kind of a mental hurdle I have to get over. I know what my body's gonna feel like after runs. And I know what my body's gonna feel like the next day when I have to run again. And it's not always the best feeling in the world. It rarely is a good feeling, but I know, and I at least have enough willpower to stay motivated and just get out to go running. Those runs where I wake up and I don't want to move. My muscles are still sore and stiff. I just go out. I know the early part of the run is going to be very relaxed, very slow pace, but usually 10 minutes into it, I'm starting to feel more normal. By 20 minutes into it, I'm kind of at a decent level again. So just keep that in mind. There's going to be a point in the training where things are picking up, or even if you're not following a program, there's going to be a point where you need to be doing more to get to the next level. And just remember, get over that mental hurdle and keep at it. Now let me know in the comments some of your own tips and tricks for getting over those mental hurdles when the training is getting tough or whatever you're doing is getting tough, but it's still something that you have to get through. Like I said, I know for me, I'm okay with runs being very relaxed and slower in the start until I get moving again. On extreme cases, I know it's okay not to run, to just give my body that extra time to recover. So what are some of the things that work for you? Let me know. But that's it for me on this run. I'm gonna sign off and I will see you in the next run. Good morning. It is week 6, run 2, done and in the books. This morning's run was an interval run. It was 5 minutes of warm up, and then it was 3 sets of a 3-minute interval at a 5K pace and 4 30-second intervals at a mile pace with some rest time in between all the intervals. I also did a leg workout this morning. So yeah, it was a big lower body leg strength morning. It's another nice weather morning here in South Carolina, about 64 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very humid though. I had to wipe down the camera because of all the moisture that had condensed on it during the run, but not uncomfortable to run in because it was a little cooler. Not really any breeze or anything like that. And I was running just as the sun was coming up, so didn't have to deal with any heat from the sun. As tough as these mornings are, where I do a lower body workout and then a run, especially a strength interval speed run like this morning, I am starting to notice a little bit of help even just 6 weeks in, or the start of 6 weeks in. Where I normally have pain with my right leg, the kind of outside of my right knee, I notice it's like marginally better. It's still there, but it doesn't pop up quite as frequently, it doesn't hurt quite as much, and that pain doesn't linger quite as much. So it is paying off. I think just in general, doing those lower body workouts is a good thing to do. Some of the movements and muscles that you end up working out aren't things that you work out or need when you're running, but I think overall they help with stability and control. During the workouts, there's lateral movements and stuff like that, where when you're running, you're not really moving laterally side to side. So the kind of your hips and the interior part, I can't remember if that's the adductor or abductor, but those sets of muscles, working those out a little bit help with keeping control. And if you step on uneven ground, having muscles that you don't normally work trained up and stronger helps keep your balance so you don't fall down. That is all for me on this run. Week 6, run 2 done. Thank y'all for sticking with me, and I will catch you in the next run. Good morning. This is week 6, run 3 done and in the books. This was a 35-minute recovery run. It's about 64 degrees Fahrenheit here. Not really any breeze. Again, very humid. Got condensation still on my arms. Now I know I've mentioned that I'm doing some difficult workout days during this training program, like yesterday, where I did a lower body strength workout plus a speed run. Those kind of things I'm doing to improve certain areas that I know I have issues with, like my right knee being prone to injury. So I'm trying to do things like that to lower the risk. I will say, if you are training for some sort of a run, either just a mile, 5K, 10K, half marathon, even the shorter sprinting distances, the vast majority of your runs should be recovery runs. They should feel easy to do, not something difficult. So if you are new to running, you're going out to do your first run, 5th run, 10th run, whatever it is, and you're struggling, you're finding it difficult, you're very likely running the wrong way, pushing yourself more than you need to be running. The majority of your run should be kind of that relaxed recovery pace where you could talk to somebody if you want to. You could smile. You don't feel like you're winded or gassed or your legs are hurting or your arms are hurting or anything like that. That can be as slow as your walking pace, but just going through the motion of running, doing those brief moments of flight where you're just launching off of one foot and the other. Over time, those more relaxed recovery runs, even at that slow pace, you'll find yourself slowly increasing that pace, the distance that you're able to get done as you do more and more of them. There is a time and a place for those harder runs where you are working on your speed, either through intervals, through a fartlek where you're changing paces, through a tempo run where it's like slightly faster than a recovery run, just to get your body used to being uncomfortable. There are benefits to that in training, but those are like once a week things, maybe twice a week things. They're not the core of what you should be doing as you're training for running. These recovery runs at your slower, relaxed pace, they're also the best way to gauge your fitness over time. Even though these runs are typically at your slower pace, you'll see month over month that pace will slowly get quicker and quicker. The distances that you can accomplish get longer and longer. All that should help build your confidence as a runner, seeing that you're able to get quicker, run longer distances, and then you can bring that confidence into speed workouts or even races. You know that you can push yourself harder and harder, and you still have more energy to give without having to stop. So that's my best suggestion for how to train, since the majority of runs you should do should be recovery runs. Focus more on the quality of those, being out, being relaxed, enjoying nice weather like I have this morning. Don't focus on stressing yourself out, trying to run hard, trying to run fast, trying to run extreme distances. You'll get there in the end. Just focus on being relaxed and learning how to enjoy the act of running. Yeah, it is exhausting. It can be tough, but it can be fun and rewarding as well. That's gonna be it for me on this run. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next run. Good morning. That is week 6, run 4, done and in the books. This was a 30-minute recovery run on a very humid morning. 65 degrees Fahrenheit, but absolutely crazy humidity. We had some storms quickly move through last night, so a little bit of rain, and that definitely has made the air a little uncomfortable with the amount of moisture in it. This was another day where I started with a leg workout and then got to the run. I was very much not interested in running this morning with how my legs were feeling. They're tired. It's 4 days into the running week of a compressed week where I'm running every day. So you can imagine there's a little bit of fatigue already. Plus knowing I have a 10-mile run to do tomorrow morning. Just that anxiety and wondering if I'll have enough energy in my legs makes me very hesitant to get started. One of the coaching points in the guided run today was, again, to measure success in as many ways possible. And I thought this run was going to be successful just because I did it. I felt like I was going very easy, giving just the effort that I could while trying to save some energy for tomorrow, and would have been happy with just successfully making it the 30 minutes. But I also ran 4 seconds per mile faster pace than I have with any of the other recovery runs this week. So it's funny how that works, where you feel like you're going even easier and slower, and that turns into a quicker pace. But right now, I'm going to finish up this cool down walk, get home, and start fueling up and resting and recovering to get ready for tomorrow's long run. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you in the next run. Good foggy morning to you. This is week 6, run 5, done and in the books. And I have crossed the finish line for week 6 with this 10-mile run. This was a tough one. I started having technical difficulties right around 8 miles in. I think because the humidity, when my Camelback mouthpiece was hitting my phone in my vest, it was acting like I was touching it. So it kept pausing the music and calling people. I had to keep stopping to take care of that. So I definitely slowed down quite a bit at the end. And just losing that focus, it was hard to get back into running. So it was kind of a run walk for the last 2 miles of it. But it is very foggy. When I started this run, it was even foggier. It was before the sun was up. It's about 66 degrees out. Probably right around 99 to 100% humidity. I've got condensation on the hair on my arm, so I know it's very humid. But this week is done. This was another compressed week with just the 5 running days in a row. Again, I do not recommend doing that. We're traveling this weekend for the final soccer tournament of the season for my daughter. And then I believe next week I can have a normal running schedule again, with the Wednesday off and Saturday off. We'll see. But we are now a third of the way done with this marathon training program. I feel like my brain is a little bit broken at the moment. Probably a little bit deprived of calories, which makes sense after running 10 miles. So I'll wrap this up. Thanks for sticking around for this week. If you have been enjoying these videos, don't forget to do all the YouTube things, the like and the subscribe and all that. Give me some comments, some feedback. How's your running training going? Have you been following something similar to this? Let me know. It'd be good to interact with the community. And if you want to interact live, like I've said before, I do stream on Twitch Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, US Eastern Time around 6 p.m. So you can come on by and interact with me live there. I have crossed this finish line for week 6. I will see you at the starting line for week 7.